Now on CoastTV News.
Lengthy development debate, a plan to bring what is called heavy industrial businesses to Milton is the subject of a years-long debate, where those plans currently stand as they head back in front of Sussex County Council.
Capitol chaos remembered. We look back at the infamous date in American history and the role two Sussex County men played in the riot.
Good Tuesday morning, Delmarva. Temperatures not all that bad this morning. 30s and 40s. Clouds stick around for one more day as our January thaw is knocking on our door.
Moratorium muddled. Why Millsboro officials are putting a hold on plans that would put a hold on development.
This is CoastTV News Today.
And it is Tuesday, January 6th, 2026. Good morning, I'm Matt Pensick.
Good morning, Matt. I'm Grace Eckerly. Thank you for being up with us during our 5 o'clock hour.
And it's nice, Grace, not having that chilly blast when you walk out the door.
Very
Mild
much
conditions today.
Which is nice. I know Chris has been preparing us for a few days for this January thaw, not having to heat your car up in the mornings. It was kind of nice, like a little taste. Now
I felt like I overdressed today. I still went with the winter hat walking out. I'm like, hey, I don't need this, but from a fashion sense, I still went with it.
Well, a lot of people are saying after the holidays are over, they're like, all right, especially here, they're like, give me the beach time. I'm ready. Counting down the days to Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, let's just get through these 3 months and get to the spring. But Chris, we still have some winter to talk about, particularly today, and those mild temperatures. Let's get right to First Alert meteorologist Chris Mastrobono. He's in the Weather Center. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, Matt and Grace. Oh, yes, we still have plenty more winter to go. Don't let this little thaw we're going to see this week fool you. Let's take a live look into Salisbury. 39 degrees. Remember, this time yesterday, we were in the low 20s, so a far cry from that this morning. In fact, some of our beach towns, 44 Bethany, average high this time of year is 46, so we're not too far off from that. 36 in Georgetown, 38 in Bridgeville. With that said, we're 17 degrees warmer in Salisbury than we were just 24 hours ago, as I mentioned. Now, we have cloud cover in play, and we have a light southwest wind. We're pretty much calm throughout much of the area. Now, the clouds are going to stick around today, but despite the cloudiness, we are going to stay on the dry side. You can see the nearest precipitation all the way up across Michigan, so we are going to stay pretty dry throughout much of the east today. We rise from the upper 30s into the lower 40s through the late morning. Lower 50s is where we're going to be at this afternoon. You can see the southerly winds are going to be anywhere between about 5 to 10 miles an hour. The sunshine makes a return for our Wednesday, and we turn even warmer. It gets even warmer. We're going to push the upper 50s, and then by late week, we're going to be in the 60s. And then things turn a bit unsettled as we go into the latter part of Friday and into the weekend. I'll talk more about that coming up in my full 7-day forecast a little later on in the newscast.
Thank you, Chris. And our top story this hour, the future of a piece of open land in Sussex County is again up for debate. The developer is looking to change the land's current zoning from agricultural residential to heavy industrial.
CoastTV News reporter Lisa Weber is live in Milton at the site of this property. And Lisa, today the County Council is holding a public hearing for this property.
Good morning, Matt and Grace. Right now, we are driving on Gravel Hill Road in Milton, which is where that open patch of land is located. There is a yellow sign on the property indicating that a public hearing is going to take place for this site today. And right now, according to county documents, this land is zoned as an agricultural residential district. But Farms LLC is looking to change this area to a heavy industrial district. The properties are located between the Milton-Ellendale Highway, Route 16, and Gravel Hill Road, Route 30 intersections. This is not the first time Reed Farms has brought this before County Council, as documents do date back to December 2020. According to county documents, those in favor of the project say jobs are very important to the community and believe this application, if approved, would bring more jobs to the area. But we spoke with someone who lives in the development across the street from that property and is the president of the HOA, who says people in his development have safety and health concerns, and we will hear from them later on. And the public hearing for this property will take place this afternoon at 1:30. Back to you.
Lisa Weber in Milton, thank you for that. New this morning, two proposed developments are also back in front of Sussex County Council today. On your screen right now, we just saw plans for Cool Spring Crossing and Atlantic Fields.
Cool Spring Crossing is a proposed mixed-use development with more than 1,900 homes, including workforce housing, a YMCA, and a hotel located off Route 9 and Cool Spring in the Harbison area.
In Atlantic Fields, that's a shopping center off of Route 24. This could bring a Costco, a Target, and Whole Foods to the Lewis area.
County leaders will just be closing the record for these two projects, and to be clear, there is no vote on the agenda for either proposal today. Now, a public forum is set for Monday, January 12th, about a proposed wind farm off the Ocean City coast. And very important to note, this forum is being organized by opponents to the U.S. wind project. The forum will begin at 5:30 p.m. at the Roland E. Powell Convention Center.
Yeah, key thing here is that it was just last month that the Trump administration paused 5 wind farm projects off of the East Coast, citing national security concerns.
Not included on that list, the U.S. wind project off our coast. The Interior Department says wind turbines create radar clutter, which can obscure legitimate moving targets and generate false targets.
Now, the Trump administration has not made clear why U.S. Wind's project was not part of this announcement.
The Trump White House is working to revoke Biden administration approvals for this plan.
New this morning, parking restrictions going into effect today in Milton. Milton police say parking is not allowed on Federal Street and Union Street today or tomorrow. The restrictions are going in place from 6 in the morning until 6 in the evening both days, and this is to allow for a paving project. The department warns that cars left in restricted areas will get towed at the owner's expense, and police say the temporary parking limits are part of ongoing efforts to improve local infrastructure.
And an update to a story that we brought you on Monday. Millsboro officials gathered to discuss a possible pause on residential building applications for the next 6 months. According to officials, this moratorium would only apply to housing developments. The impending statewide regulations and rules behind affordable housing are what prompted Council member Marty Presley to propose the 6-month moratorium. However, it seems the proposal may not happen right now.
The council didn't feel it was in the best interest to go forward with it at this point in time. So it looks like it was voted down, and we'll have to see what takes place in the future.
People in Millsboro say the town could use a pause, and if not, construction should be going more towards affordable housing, which is what inspired the moratorium in the first place.
Tuesday marks 5 years since the January 6th riot in Washington, D.C. It was on January 6, 2021, that pro-Trump rioters stormed the Capitol demanding the results of the 2020 election be overturned.
They attacked officers and destroyed parts of the building. The Capitol was put on lockdown, and it took several hours for it to be secured. Lawmakers evacuated and House and the Senate chambers.
And Vice President Mike Pence was also moved to a safe location, and more than 1,000 people were charged by the Justice Department in connection with the riot. However, they were later pardoned by Trump when he took office again in 2025.
Among those who were pardoned last year were Kevin and Hunter Seafred, the father and son duo from Laurel. The father, Kevin, was captured in an iconic image carrying the flag that day in the Capitol. Both men were convicted of multiple charges, including unlawfully entering a restricted building. They had already served their sentences before receiving their pardons.
And the Trump administration and many congressional Republicans are defending this weekend's U.S. military raid that captured Venezuelan dictator Nicolas Maduro and his wife.
But not every lawmaker on Capitol Hill is convinced the mission was legal. NBC's Alice Barr showing us how the debate is continuing one day after Maduro made his first appearance in a New York federal courtroom.
Fresh tensions in Venezuela as overnight gunfire rang out in Caracas. Two White House officials tell NBC News the administration is closely tracking the situation and the U.S. was not involved. While in the U.S., Venezuela's deposed authoritarian leader Nicolas Maduro and his wife Celia Flores pleading not guilty to federal drug and weapons charges. Maduro saying in a New York courtroom that he's still the constitutional president of Venezuela, calling himself a prisoner of war. U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi defending the Trump administration's move to capture and remove Maduro, accusing him of bringing tons of drugs into the U.S.
This was well within the president's Article II powers. It was a law enforcement function to arrest indicted individuals in Venezuela.
President Trump has repeatedly said the U.S. is now in charge in Venezuela, even as interim president and Maduro loyalist Delcy Rodriguez was formally sworn in. While in an exclusive interview with NBC's Kristen Welker, President Trump asserted the U.S. is at war with people that sell drugs, not with Venezuela, as Democrats slam the administration for acting without congressional approval.
It was military action, not a law enforcement action.
Republican leadership defending the use of force after a classified briefing for the Gang of Eight top congressional leaders.
The administration is acting consistent with the law, and that's what we discussed in the room tonight.
President Trump telling NBC News the U.S. may reimburse oil companies that help rebuild Venezuelan infrastructure, aiming for expanded oil operations within 18 months. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Happening today, Ellendale prepares to welcome new officials. 3 candidates filed the only 3 open seats on council, so no elections were needed this year. Town officials say Lindsay Adams, Aaron Moore, and Tony Otomano will be sworn in at tonight's council meeting. That's at 6 p.m.
Ocean City Police are welcoming a new 4-legged officer to the department. PFC Devin Bartram and K9 McKenzie have graduated from initial K9 training. The department says McKenzie is a 16-month-old bloodhound and the first of her kind to serve with the Ocean City Police Department. The new K9 team officially began patrol duties on New Year's Eve.
Well, that's very good news there, Matt. And we're just getting started here on this hour of Coast TV News Today.
Coming up, country's calling cools down. How new changes could impact spending in Ocean City.
Also, risk of red light violation. We'll tell you how much people in Salisbury could be paying and where new cameras will be located.
Still ahead, decades of service, smiles, and support. How Cheer is continuing to help Sussex County seniors. And there we see First Alert meteorologist Chris Mastrobono in the Weather Center. He's tracking an uptick in temperatures, and we check in with Chris next.
Good Tuesday morning, Delmarva. Cool, dry start to our day as we take a live look into Dover. Quiet conditions there, 33 degrees. Winds are relatively calm, but we are quite mild across much of the peninsula. We're at 35 Cambridge, 43 Bethany Beach, 42 in Smith Island. You can see we're about 11 degrees warmer in Cambridge than just 24 hours ago, 17 degrees warmer in Salisbury. Now, we are under the influence of high pressure just sliding off to our east, and we're going to continue to see cloudy skies for the day today, but it's going to be turning milder even through the afternoon. We begin in the 30s, and look where we're at this afternoon. We're going to be about 10 degrees warmer today than where we were yesterday afternoon, and we're going to be pushing the 60s by the end of the week. We'll talk more about that here in minutes.
Thank you, Chris. Now, Denmark's Division of Fish and Wildlife reminding Delaware hunters to apply for spring turkey hunting permits by today. Hunters must submit separate applications for state wildlife areas and national wildlife refuge hunts and for Delaware state forest turkey hunts. The 2026 spring turkey season runs from April 11th through May 9th, and with permits being awarded through a lottery system.
The Maryland Department of Natural Resources says the winter firearm deer season starts Friday in most parts of the state. The season runs January 9th and 10th, with Sunday hunting allowed in select counties on the 11th. Firearms are allowed for white-tailed deer and Sika deer by licensed hunters.
2026 is a big year for Cheer as they celebrate 55 years helping Sussex County seniors. As Coast TV's Ana Sofia Roman shows us, the milestone, it doesn't just mean something big for the people that work there, it means something big for the members as well.
Bingo is one of the many activities Cheer members continue to enjoy. Diana Croto is not only a member but also in charge of calling the bingo.
I just like calling it because it makes people happy, and I just like putting smiles on people's faces, and I joke around when I play.
Today, Cheer, which has 8 different centers in Sussex County, offers a wide variety of services. From the Adult Day program to transportation and a space to exercise. CEO Beckett Whitley has been with the organization since 1994 and has seen it grow firsthand.
Our team really makes our seniors happy, and That's our goal, to keep seniors happy, healthy, independent, so they can live a better life.
Ashlyn Elliott, the Milton Cheer Center director, says she has always had a passion for the elderly community.
I love being able to plan different activities for them, so that way they are exercising their brain and just bettering their health.
For some members, the center is a space to socialize.
It fills my day. It fills my day up, and I really enjoy coming here.
Bringing cheer to Sussex County seniors. For the Ties That Bind Us, I'm Ana Sofia Raman.
Time is 5:19, and we are giving you a live look at Delaware's capital city of Dover on this Tuesday morning. Chris, more clouds on tap for today.
Yeah, the clouds are going to stick around with us today, but we hit 42 yesterday. We're going to be about 10 degrees warmer this afternoon, so that is certainly good news as this warming trend continues. 39 in Salisbury. Remember, this time yesterday, we were in the low 20s. We're at 44 Lewis, 40 Long Neck, 41 in Ocean City, 38 in Seaford. Winds relatively calm, but you can see the direction of the wind out of the southwest, so that's keeping things pretty warm, as well as the cloud cover we have in place. 14 degrees warmer in Georgetown than where we were at just 24 hours ago, and it certainly feels good stepping out the door this morning. Pretty comfortable out there, and you can see we're pretty quiet. We have a warm front that pushed through the area, moisture well back off to the west, but not a whole lot going on. We have a weak area of low pressure. This is going to push to our northeast today, but stay north of the peninsula. Story is going to continue to be the rise in temperature. Average high 46. By tomorrow, we're in the upper 50s. Some of us are going to hit 60 tomorrow, and then most of us are going to be in the 60s by the end of the week. Highs today, 53 Georgetown, 53 Harrington. We'll see a high of 50 in Cambridge, 53 Salisbury to 55 in Chincoteague. So there's the cloudy skies throughout the afternoon today. We continue that southerly wind flow. Overnight, a warm front's going to be pushing through the area, so we stay quite mild in the 40s, more closer to where we should be for average highs. We could see some patchy fog to start, especially northern portion of the peninsula tomorrow. A beautiful day. Despite northwest winds, we're going to get up to about 60 Salisbury, upper 50s through much of southern Delaware as we see those gusts pick up tomorrow as well. There's the southerly wind flow today. We'll see that wind shift out of the northwest tomorrow with some gusts to near 30 miles an hour as we go through our Wednesday afternoon. But wall-to-wall sunshine for Wednesday. We continue the sunny skies into Thursday, 54. By Friday, 65 with the late rain chances. Could see an isolated shower Friday night. Better chance comes Saturday. So there's the warm front pushing through Friday, giving us a chance of showers. We could see some showers early Saturday, then get a bit of a break, and then another round of showers late afternoon through the evening as the cold front pushes through. We're up to 65 by Friday, 67 on Saturday, and then the bottom drops out. We're down to 48 on Sunday. Sunday is going to be a windy day. I think we're going to see some gusts in excess of 40 miles an hour, and then we're down to 45 on Monday under mostly sunny skies.
Thank you, Chris. Happening now in Salisbury, a handful of red light cameras will start doling out $75 fines. Here's what we're talking about. Your cameras were installed on December 5th at what the city calls high-risk intersections off of routes 13 and 50. A warning period has ended, meaning drivers who run red lights will now pay the price for it.
I think it's a great idea, especially if it stops the people running the red lights and speeding.
Nobody wants to get a fine. So I think it will deter people. I think so, yeah.
A few of these cameras are located at the intersections of West College Avenue and Route 13 and Nanticoke Road in Route 50.
Coming up next on CoastTV News today, country calling cools down. We'll tell you how the town is still prepared to welcome visitors amid changes to the music festival. We'll be right back. Country calling cutting back in 2026, dropping from 3 days to 2 and removing the Sunday shows. Country calling will run Friday and Saturday this October, ending the festival a day earlier than last year. The change could impact the number of overnight stays and the spending that typically carries into the start of the week.
It's going to be a great lineup. I will tell you that it will be first class, and you know, our hotel community, you know, we're prepared to, you know, to continue the push for keeping people here longer or coming earlier.
Town officials say the decision was made by the promoter, C3 Presents.
Hope this Tuesday morning is treating you well. Delmarva, it's cool, dry start. In fact, most of the area is above the freezing mark. We're at 41 in Ocean City. Now, the good news, bad news. Bad news is we're going to continue to see a lot of cloud cover today, but we are going to be milder than we were yesterday as we're going to push into the lower 50s throughout the area. Lows were up to 46 by around noon, as well as Rehoboth. Winds are going to stay relatively calm, anywhere between about 5 to 10 out of the south-southeast. Cambridge, a lot of clouds there, right around 50 this afternoon, as well as Crisfield. So all in all, not too bad of a day despite the cloudy skies. William Humber, congratulations there, Milton, Delaware, on winning an umbrella from CoastTV. And you can always call our CoastTV First Alert weather phone for your latest forecast. We'll talk more about the warming trend, as well as when our next chances of rain roll in next half hour.
Thank you, Chris. And after the break on CoastTV News today, Capitol riot remembered. We look back at the historic day in Washington, D.C., and how two men from Sussex County are connected.
Also, a forum for proposed wind projects, how its organizers are aligned in the controversial plan.
And opinions on rezoning proposal. We'll tell you all about the mixed opinions on a proposed project in Milton that's seen for a public hearing later today. CoastTV News Today returns after the break.
Now on CoastTV News.
Housing hold hesitation.
The council didn't feel it was in the best interest to go forward with it.
After exploring options on controlling development, why Millsborough's town council is putting a pause on its plans.
Lengthy development debate, a plan to bring what is called heavy industrial businesses to Milton, is the subject of a years-long debate, where those plans currently stand as they head back in front of Sussex County Council.
Car slamming crab house update. The status of the people injured after a crash at a Fenwick Island restaurant.
Good Tuesday morning, Delmarva. Temperatures not all that bad this morning. 30s and 40s. Clouds stick around for one more day as our January thaw is knocking on our door.
This is CoastTV News Today.
January 6, 2026. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Good morning, Grace.
Good morning, Matt. I'm Grace Eckerly. Thank you for being up with us today.
Yeah, we're about to hit 5:31 on this Tuesday morning.
And this morning, I have a bone to pick with two men that everyone's very familiar with. Someone didn't include me on the memo today. I guess I missed an email, or I don't understand. I thought I was like the fashionista around here, and now these two guys come popping
Chris and I
out
have been trying to up our game
morning.
lately, so we decided to go not only red ties, solid red ties, although we got the matching black going on here.
That's a stretch. Let's do a little drum roll to introduce Chris Mastrobono and his fancy little tie. Good morning and happy Tuesday, Chris.
Good morning, Grace. I can assure you we did not communicate as far as our wardrobes are concerned, but I'm glad me and Matt are on par this morning. 40 degrees in Ocean City, so we are seeing some mild temperatures considering where we were this time yesterday, where we were in the low 20s. We're at 39 in Milton, 36 Bridgeville, 37 in Laurel, 39 in Salisbury. And take a look at that temperature change over the last 24 hours, 17 degrees warmer in Salisbury than just 24 hours ago. Now we have cloud cover and a slight southwest wind, so that's allowing for temperatures to hold pretty steady across the area, not really bottom out like we had yesterday. Pretty quiet throughout much of the Mid-Atlantic and Ohio River valleys, as we're going to continue to see those cloudy skies throughout the day today. We'll be up to 46 by around your lunchtime, getting into the lower 50s this afternoon, and then we'll fall to 49 by this evening. It will be yet another mild night, as we'll see temperatures kind of hold into the lower to mid 40s. We'll talk more about the milder weather in the days ahead, and when that sunshine will make a return.
Thank you, Chris. Now our top story this half hour, the future of a piece of land open in Sussex County. Up for debate today, a developer looking to change his land's current zoning from agriculture residential to heavy industrial.
Our Lisa Weber is live in Milton. She's in the First Alert Weather Jeep, and today the County Council is holding a public hearing for this property. Good morning, Elisa.
Good morning, Matt and Grace. Right now we are driving on Gravel Hill Road, which is where that empty patch of land is located. This is in Milton, and there is a yellow sign on that property that indicates a public hearing is set for today at the Sussex County Council meeting. Right now, according to county documents, this land is zoned as an agricultural residential district, but Reed Farms LLC is looking to change this area to a heavy industrial district. The properties are located between the Milton-Ellendale Highway, Route 16, and Gravel Hill Road, Route 30 intersections. This is not the first time Reed Farms had brought this before County Council, as documents date back to December 2020. According to county documents, those in favor of the project say jobs are very important, and if this application is approved, it would bring more jobs to the Milton and Sussex County area. But we spoke with someone who lives in the development across the street who has safety and health concerns.
We're all on wells in Pemberton, as a number of the other communities are here as well. So we don't know what kind of runoff there'll be from the buildings. We have children in the neighborhood that the school bus drops them off at our entrance. And if you look at the Reed map, the way they propose to develop the property, they want to have a traffic light and they want to have an entrance into their property directly across the street from ours.
And the public hearing for this property will be set at 1:30 this afternoon. Back to you.
Thank you, Elisa. Now new this morning, two proposed developments are back in front of Sussex County Council today. On your screen right now, plans for Cool Spring Crossing and Atlantic Fields.
Cool Spring Crossing, that is a proposed mixed-use development with more than 1,900 homes, including workforce housing, a YMCA, and a hotel. It's located off of Route 9 in Cool Spring in the Harbison area.
Atlantic Fields is a shopping center off Route 24 that could bring a Costco, Target, and Whole Foods, as well as a TJ Maxx and Ross.
County Council just closing the record for these two projects, so to be clear, there is no vote on the agenda for either proposal today.
A public forum set for Monday, January 12th, about a proposed wind farm off the Ocean City coast. Very important to note, this forum is being organized by opponents to the U.S. wind project. The forum begins at 5:30 p.m. at the Roland E. Powell Convention Center.
Today marks 5 years since the January 6th riot in Washington, D.C. It was on this date in 2021 that pro-Trump rioters stormed the Capitol demanding the results of the 2020 election be overturned.
They attacked officers and destroyed parts of the building. The Capitol was put on lockdown and it took several hours for it to be secured. Lawmakers evacuated the House and Senate chambers.
Vice President Mike Pence was also moved to a safe location, and more than 1,000 people were charged by the Justice Department in connection with the riot. However, they were later pardoned by Trump when he took office once again in 2025.
And among those pardoned last year were Kevin and Hunter Seafred, the father and son duo from Laurel. The father, Kevin, was captured in a striking image from that day, carrying a Confederate flag in the Capitol. Both men were convicted of multiple charges, including unlawfully entering a restricted building. They had already served their sentences before receiving their pardons. New overnight, the New York State Department of Transportation reminding drivers to not crowd or pass snow plows. The agency posted this video of a driver pass an active snow plow on a solid yellow line and nearly caused a head-on crash with an oncoming vehicle. They say passing a plow means driving into untreated pavement, reduced visibility, and unpredictable conditions.
Got an update to a story that we brought you on Monday. The Millsboro Town Council not moving forward for now on putting a pause on residential building applications for the next 6 months. It would have only applied to housing developments. Upcoming statewide regulations and rules behind affordable housing are what prompted Councilmember Marty Presley to propose the 6-month moratorium. However, according to Councilman Presley, the council didn't agree it was the right time to implement the pause. New this morning, parking restrictions going into effect today in Milton. The town's police department says parking is not allowed on Federal Street and Union Street today or tomorrow, and the restrictions are in place from 6 in the morning until 6 in the evening both days to allow for a paving project. The department warns that cars left in restricted areas will get towed at the owner's expense, and police say the temporary parking limits are part of ongoing efforts to improve local infrastructure.
Now an update to a story that we brought you over the weekend. Crab Cake Factory Bayside in Fenwick Island is thanking the community for its support after they say a crash injured an employee. The restaurant is currently closed until further notice after an elderly driver crashed into it on Sunday afternoon. The good news, the restaurant says the employee is healing and the driver and passenger of the car are okay.
Got some developing news here. On Monday, federal health officials announced an overhaul of the childhood vaccine schedule, now recommending fewer shots.
This comes as the flu levels in the United States reached the highest in 25 years. Reed Binion now showing us how some fear recommending fewer immunizations will lead to more infections.
Today, HHS Secretary Robert F. Kennedy announced plans to alter the U.S. childhood vaccination schedule.
Health experts expressing concern over the Department of Health and Human Services' decision to recommend fewer vaccines for most American children.
If changes to our schedule are needed, and over the years we've made lots of changes when evidence supported it, they should come from careful scientific review.
A number of recommendations remain intact, including those for the measles, mumps, and rubella, and immunizations against polio, chickenpox, HPV, and others. But officials are narrowing recommendations for some vaccinations, including hepatitis A and B, to children who are broadly at higher risk for infections. As for flu, COVID-19, and rotavirus, officials recommend vaccination decisions be based on consultation with a healthcare provider. Some experts worry reduced vaccinations could lead to more preventable infections in children.
Parents deserve clear, consistent, evidence-based guidance they can trust.
I'm Reed Binion reporting.
And we have a lot more news to get to. Don't go anywhere.
Coming up, a possible mystery meat lawsuit. We'll tell you about the potential lawsuit impacting McDonald's over a popular sandwich.
Also, high school hoops returns, including a key matchup in girls basketball that could have state tournament implications.
Plus, beach cleanup begins. We'll tell you when Beach Heroes OC will continue work in the town. Stay with us on CoastTV News Today.
Hope this Tuesday morning's treating you well, Delmarva, as we take a live look into Salisbury. Dry start, 39 degrees, so we are all above the freezing mark, so that is good news. We're at 41 in Lewis, 37 Harrington, 38 in Ocean City. High pressure sliding offshore, so we're seeing more of a southerly wind flow through the day today. Now, expecting some packages today. Don't worry, because even though we're going to expect cloudy skies through the day today, we are going to be on the dry side. Now, we do going to get those temperatures up into the 50s this afternoon. Coming up, we will talk about even warmer temperatures in the 7-day and when the next chance of rain rolls in.
Thank you, Chris. Beach cleanup days are back in Ocean City for the new year, giving volunteers a chance to help get trash off the shoreline. Organizers say events are scheduled every Tuesday from 9 to 10 a.m. starting today, January 6th. Locations change each week, and today it's at the 4th Street Municipal Lot.
The Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Good morning, everyone. High school hoops has returned to our area today after some teams had a little time off. Let's go up to Middletown for some girls basketball. The Cavs hosting Newark Charter. And this is one way to start a basketball game. Brooklyn Miller lacing a three-pointer to get the scoring started for the Pats. But then here comes Middletown. Asiana Callaway splits the defenders, puts up the floater. It's good off the glass. That's how you answer. But then later, Bria Harding is going to find Kumba Casso below the basket. That's another 2 for the Cavs, and 1 this time as well. But Casso's not done there, because this time she gets another feed, and she's going to make a little short jumper. The Cavs led 18-10 at the end of the first half. We go to the second half. Here's Harding, gets the steal and gets the lay-in coast to coast. Bria Harding doing a little bit of everything for the Cavs. But then here's Madison Bishop and Newark Charter trying to swing momentum. The bank's open, even on a Monday night. That's a nice 3 there. And then Mia Lang, doing her best Uncle Drew impersonation, goes through the defense, gets the layup. The Patriots make it 34-31 with 3 minutes left. But Bria Harding, she's not letting the Pats get any momentum back. That's a tough layup inside. And then Harding is going to find Valencia Richburg all alone underneath. That's an easy deuce. Middletown would go on to win 39-31. Good way to start off the new year. That'll do it for sports. Have a great day, everyone.
And coming up tonight on DSN at 5:30, Seaford visits Middletown in boys basketball. Then you can catch the final score at 10:30. And on DSN Plus, you can watch that Seaford game along with these boys basketball exclusives at 4:30. Mardella faces Pocomoke. 5:30, we have Decatur hosting Y-High. Also at that time, Cesar Rodney battles Archmere Academy. And at 6:30, Sussex Central hosts Laurel.
And today in your entertainment news, the nominees for this year's Big Animation Awards and a documentary marking a grim anniversary. Here's David Daniel with today's Hollywood Minute.
You think we're just gonna let you steal our fans?
K-pop Demon Hunters still has plenty of fans. It's up for a leading 10 nominations, including Best Picture at this year's Annie Awards, honoring the best in animation. Elio also received 10 nominations and is up for Best Picture. The other Best Picture nominees are Little Amelie or the Character of Rain, Zootopia 2, and The Bad Guys 2. The 53rd Annie Awards take place February 21st.
I said, there's no way if fire was going to make it all the way to our house.
That's downtown Altadena.
And it did. This was our family legacy.
You moved into a black community where we are not on the priority list to save our lives. They've been wanting to get us out of there for a very long time.
The documentary All the Walls Came Down shows many survivors of last year's devastating Eaton fire are facing a second disaster. Mortgage relief and rental assistance are running out, and families who lost generational wealth are at risk of displacement and homelessness. The film debuts on the LA Times website and YouTube channel Wednesday, the one-year anniversary of the Eaton fire. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
If you're having a rough week, you can cheer up with a weekly dose of local good news from CoastTV with personal features, fun things to do each weekend, and more. You can sign up now for free at coasttv.com/sign up to get your weekly dose of joy directly to your inbox on Friday.
Well, the clouds will continue to be with us, but the milder temperatures will dominate here over the next few days, and it's going to get even better by late in the week. We'll talk about it after the break.
And the time is now 5:49 a.m. as we're taking a live look out into a pretty dark Salisbury. Sun is yet to come up, but Chris, with these warmer temperatures, I'm putting my jacket away for the next 24 hours. I might go lay on the beach, get a nice tan, Matt's bringing his boogie board. It's going to be a fun party. Are you coming?
Dusting off that boogie board, huh? Well, the ocean's still pretty cold, so I wouldn't do that. But yeah, we are going to see quite some mild days ahead here. And if you're a fan of the snow, unfortunately, we're not going to be dealing with that here, at least for the next week. 33 right now in Dover. We're at 36 in Georgetown, 39 Salisbury, 43 Bethany Beach. We have had overcast skies overnight and a light southwest wind, and that's allowed for temperatures to stay quite mild through the overnight. We're 70 degrees warmer in Salisbury than just 24 hours ago. Now we're going to continue to see the overcast skies. They're pretty quiet across much of the mid-Atlantic. This area of low pressure across Illinois will spread a warm front and then eventually a cold front into the area tonight. Not going to bring much in the way of moisture. We're just going to have a little change in wind direction as we go into the day on Wednesday. But we're up to 58 tomorrow, 54 Thursday, and then into the 60s Friday and Saturday, well above that average high of 46 degrees. There's those cloudy skies through the day today. We get up into the lower 50s, so about 10 degrees warmer than where we were at yesterday for a high. We were in the lower 40s, and we could see a little fog early tomorrow morning. Well, keep an eye on that, but we're going to stay quite mild, lower to mid 40s for overnight lows, more indicative to where we should be for daytime highs. By the afternoon, northwest winds, but you see those temperatures still rising into the upper 50s to right around 60 degrees. Southerly winds through the day today, and then there's that wind shift tomorrow, gusting to 30 miles an hour. So we do turn a bit more breezy into the day tomorrow, but on the dry side. It's not until late Friday night we could see an isolated shower and then a better chance on Saturday. There's the setup as we go into Friday and Saturday. Low pressure cold front back off to the west, and we surge into the lower to mid 60s, even some upper 60s are possible. There's that isolated rain chance Friday. Most of Friday is dry. Saturday is an unsettled day. We could begin with a few scattered showers. get a bit of a break through the afternoon, and then as the cold front slices through, we see another round of rain and perhaps even a rumble of thunder as we go into Saturday night. 65 into Friday with that late shower chance. Better chance of rain Saturday, and then we turn quite windy into Sunday as the bottom drops out. We go back into the 40s for both Sunday and Monday. Grace.
All right, not sure how you two are going to feel about this news. McDonald's now defending its McRib sandwich in the wake of a proposed lawsuit action claim. The group says McDonald's falsely advertised the limited time sandwich, saying it doesn't contain any rib meat. McDonald's, in its statement to USA Today, said the lawsuit, quote, distorts the facts and many of the claims are inaccurate, end quote. The fast food giant says McRib is made with 100% boneless pork.
Well, how about this one, Grace? Starbucks is adding more Dubai chocolate to its new winter menu items. Starting today, Grace, you can order an iced Dubai chocolate mocha.
These are my plans after work.
The popular coffee chain is also bringing back its pistachio latte and a new pistachio cortado. The announcement comes after the chain debuted its Dubai chocolate-inspired matcha latte last year on its secret menu.
Maybe we get a Starbucks, Matt. Your favorite, right?
Make a run, yes.
Okay. Well, the time is now 5:53 a.m., and I think we can invite Shelby to go to Starbucks with us. Get her a little pup cup.
This is going to be a road trip. On your screen right now, we have Shelby, who, I don't know, he's exhausted. Maybe Shelby needs that coffee. Too much caroling and gift wrapping for her, we're being told. And Shelby was submitted to us by Allison in Oak Orchard.
Matt, I love a dog in a sweater. My mom always gets upset when we put our dog in the sweater. I think Shelby is rocking it right there.
That's a good look, yeah.
One of your 5 cats in a sweater and see how it goes.
Yeah, well, I don't think it would go well.
We want to see more of your pets on Delmarva. You can send us photos of your dogs, cats, squirrels, whatever. Tell us what makes them so special.
I would love to see a pet squirrel, so scan that QR code if you have one. Get your friends to us here, then watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature. Okay, how about today? We are in early January, but we might hit 50 degrees today.
Matt Pensick is skipping around the news station today. He is so happy for
what
this
an
warm
image you
weather.
paint for the folks out there, Grace.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you're not a fan of cold, then yes, you're going to want to enjoy at least the next 4 to 5 days because we're going to be well above average kicking it off today. We're going to have a lot of clouds still in play. The clouds are going to be a little stubborn to leave through the day today, but we get up into the lower 50s through the afternoon. Winds are going to be relatively calm by tomorrow. A beautiful day. We do turn breezy, though, gusts to 30 miles an hour, but we're up to 58 degrees, 54 on Thursday. We continue that sunshine, then more clouds increase Friday, but we go up to 65 with a late shower. Better chance of rain on Saturday. We could see a morning shower, then another round of rain by the evening as the cold front pushes through. And then, yes, there's the bottom dropping out by Sunday, 48 degrees. It is going to be a windy day. I think we could see some gusts in excess of 40 miles an hour, and then it's more January-like weather as we roll into the second week of the month.
There's 60 degrees, but rain. All right. Coming up in our next hour, decade development debate. What is the big change that could come to an empty farmland in Milton? That and more when we continue with Coast TV News Today.